read the story of one woman. Beautiful story. Even though she lost the healing, she gained it back. Is it 10 years later? That 10,000 miles for healing. A pastor came to her church. She had a bad heart. And if you have a bad heart, you can't exercise yourself. You have to take it easy. So the man was ministering. I don't know whether he gave a word of knowledge or just preached the word or he laid hands on her, but something along the line, he ministered the power of God to her. And she felt the power of God touch her. She just knew that something hit her. Now, this is why I'm going to about the story. She went to the mall a few days later. Of course, this is in Australia. The mall is big, so you had escalators like we have here too, So you could take the escalator, but she got there, the escalator was kind of busy with people, and she was in a hurry. So she took the steps and ran. Now, she had a bad heart. She could hardly move. Do you get my point? Somebody walked slowly. But this one, she had forgotten that she was sick. Do you get the point? She had been healed. So she took the steps and ran because she was hurrying. And she was not out of breath. She had finished all her movement up and down before she realized what just happened. Hey, what was that? Then she went to see the doctor next time. Of course, she's a cardiac patient, so she has to see a cardiologist periodically. Next time she went, the cardiologist examined her, checked her heart, checked everything. And he was amazed, like, what is going on here? Never seen anybody fitter than you. And said, what happened? Then she remembered. Then she made a mistake. Jesus said, don't be ashamed of me before men. Otherwise, I'll be ashamed of you before my Father and his holy angels. She just said to the man, oh, no, nothing, something like that. And before she left that place, she was sick again. It took her, was it 10 years? For that healing to come back. It was 10 years later and 10,000 miles to North America, to United States, to go and attend the Kathryn Kulman meeting. Don't joke with, you see, this was not something she tried. No, the man was just ministering. What I can't remember is whether he gave a word of knowledge or lay hands on her, something like that. But the power of God touched her. Nothing dramatic, nobody noticed, but suddenly her heart was healed. She was strengthened. Instead of maintaining that confession, what she needed to do was tell the doctors, okay, I noticed also, but I remember last Sunday or 2 Sundays ago in church, this pastor came from somewhere and he was preaching and he touched me. Yes, the doctor would think you're crazy, but that's his problem. So, Doc, Jesus, the greatest physician, healed me. Say it to him, let him go and hang. Like I keep on saying, all right, Fela, how many people remember Fela Nicola Kukuti? One of his funny prophecies. He said, whether you like it or you don't like it, after you hear it, you decide. Say if you like it, good. If you don't like it, go and hang. That's what I mean. So if I finish my testimony that Jesus healed me and you don't like it, doctor, buy a rope, go and hang. That woman should have just said, this doctor won't like it. What is his problem? If he doesn't like it, can go and jump. Like somebody said, go and hug the transformer. That's another way of hanging. Do you follow? She was supposed to just give that testimony and not care. If God helps you, say he helped you. People will laugh at you, but please don't be ashamed of the gospel. When Paul says, I'm not ashamed of the gospel, don't ever forget this thing I say again and again. If somebody makes a statement like that, that means the default position is for people to be ashamed. So when he says, I'm not ashamed of the gospel, it means most Christians are ashamed of the gospel. And what's the solution to the Nigerian problem? If APC and PDP can come together and bring in Labour Party and NNPP and call ABGA to be the center so that they will say, you are ashamed of the gospel. How do we solve this crisis in Nigeria right now? The problem we have is that the previous governments did not do ABC. So if they can only come together, all right, and bring the grid together and tie the grid with concrete pole, there will no longer be grid collapse. You know the truth? You are ashamed of the gospel. You are ashamed of the gospel. You don't realize it. First thing that should come out of your mouth is that we need God to help us. What they are going to tell you, That's the problem with these Christians. Finish it for me. You people pray too much. Thank you. You people pray too much. There's the hearing hearer and there's the hearer only. Say it again. I am a hearing hearer.